Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to play another round in London. Played this map set a few times. I really enjoy it, obviously being from London myself. It's good to explore the hometown. I'm going to hit play and I've got it on 3 minutes here. I think I'll increase that just to 5. Only because on occasions I've found it's quite nice to stop and pause and sort of explore or explain rather things around that I can see and sort of maybe a bit of history or architecture if I know anything about it at all. And it's nice then to have the time to be able to do so without the clock running out on you. So I'll keep it to 5 minutes as a maximum, but hopefully sort of complete most of the rounds a bit quicker than that to keep things going. So look, no explanation needed here. This is Buckingham Palace. This is actually taken on a day when clearly there's some event going on because although Buckingham Palace is obviously a famous landmark and a key attraction for tourists here, you rarely get this many tourists around here at a time. And in fact, if I pan around here, look, we can see they are clearly setting up for a huge event. There's all sorts of stands here, scaffolding, and the crowds really are lining up. There's also a fantastic old Jaguar here. Look at that. That's pretty brilliant. So look, and it's a sunny day. I mean, that's rare. So let's get in there and have a look. Buckingham Palace is obviously slap bang in the middle of London. It really is kind of the centre of London, in my opinion. And we're on the Mall here, or rather just off to the side of this fountain, on the southern side. I'll try and nail down exactly where we are just a second. So we can see here, there's the fountain sort of there on the roundabout, and we're just on this V that comes off it, and we're looking, ever so fractionally south actually towards Buckingham Palace, which is correct. So we're somewhere about there. So close enough. I'm not looking to nail these guesses down to the meter, rather just get it roughly right and test my knowledge. So we've got Ridgemount, I think that's got a missing T, Ridgemount Gardens, WC1, and this is in the borough of Camden. Okay, so Camden is in North London. The interesting thing about London is all of the boroughs, which are the sort of separate administrative districts in London, all have their own different signage. There is not one sort of consistent uniform signage around London. If you know your London well, you'll know which part of London you're in by the font, the typeface here, and the signs and these kind of logos. I'm just trying to get onto this main street without crossing it, but it doesn't seem that I can actually do that. We've got Ridgemount Gardens in Shenny's Mews, WC1. Can I go down this main road? It doesn't actually appear that I can. So let's go down here instead, although, I'm not sure where we've skipped to now. Well, this will help. Burberry College, okay? So Burberry College is also an institution in London. I don't actually quite remember where this is, so we're going to have to find this out. We're looking for... Camden is up around here. There is Camden Town. I'm trying to remind myself. We're looking for these kind of signs here with the mortarboard hat. So the Royal Veterinary College. Where is Birkbeck? I think Birkbeck is a little further south. I think we're in here. Are we not? University of Law. University of Westminster. This is annoying. Christchurch Primary School. Regent High School. I should know where Burberry College is, so that's annoying. Nope, it's not there. What do we have here? Good enough. I always thought that was a funny name for a college. Good enough college. I'm pretty sure I'm in the right area. University of London. Is it part of this? I think it. What do we have here? UCL. I know that, but there's other things here. There's SOAS. Birkbeck. Yes, there it is. Birkbeck. So what were the streets we were on again? Ridgemount Gardens, WC1. And across the street here we had... Oh, we can get on that main road. Yes, okay, there we go. Torrington Place. This looks like the main road. So Torrington Place. There's Torrington Place, and there's Ridgemount Gardens. Excellent. and then yes, that was it. Chinese Muse, I think, was the other one. So we started on this corner here. So that's fantastic. So we're close enough there, I think. Guess. That's right. Oh, not sure about the flag being on that side of the road, but anyway. I just had to remember where Burberry College was there. So we know where this is. This is on a main, sort of quite a main road, to be honest. Look, we've got here the Tower of London. It was from inside the Tower of London that I did my video on the GeoGuessr compass. I'll link that in the description if I remember, because that was the video where I really sorted out my understanding of this compass here, which I found quite confusing to start with when I started playing this game. And we saw in that video, for example, the Shard and London Bridge, which we've got... actually, we can't see London Bridge from here, can we? Not quite. London Bridge is directly behind this building. So yeah, interesting. We're to the north of it, and there's a tube stop here, which we can use to sort of position ourselves as well. Oh, it just says underground, but we'll be able to find it soon enough. So the Tower of London is sort of ever so slightly to the east side of the city here, and this is the road that we're on. The Tower of London is actually, well, the tower itself is this building in the middle, but sort of collectively the whole compound is sort of referred to as the Tower of London by most folk. You can see that this blocks our view towards Tower Bridge, which is south of it, but you can see over the river the Shard, which is, where is it? There. And in 3D view, you know, that would render sort of a 3D view of the Shard, which would really help. So what we could do with here is an entrance to a tube line, which I don't actually see, but believe it or not, you can see the dotted lines here that cross under the road, and so I think that those are the actual rail lines. So I'm going to put the pin on it. We're on this road here. Tower Hill is what it's called. What I will do is just zoom out a bit and try and triangulate ourselves with some of the buildings that are to the north of us. So we've got this thing here. What you can see here is this sort of old ruined wall. These are actually preserved, and they're typically sort of part of the original wall of the City of London. And so, you know, that's I think, you know, really interesting and great to see sometimes. So we line up sort of roughly with whatever that is. Let's see if we can see the wall here or not. There it is, actually, London Wall. Historic way with Roman wall remains. So we're just fractionally sort of in there, actually, aren't we? I'll go for the guess. I said I wasn't going to fret too much about getting it close, and I won't. So we're doing pretty well here, which, you know, I should hope so, to be honest, because we've got ample time, and this is where I live. So, having said that, I don't quite recognise where we are here. Ital Cutlery, very good, kind of catering company. Let's get to this major junction here, and I don't recognise this, at least off the bat, so we need to... St John Street, EC1. Right, okay. St John Street, EC1. I don't, again, know where St John Street is immediately, but it looks like quite a major road, doesn't it? So, and we've got here the peasants. So let's get Percival Street. What do we have here? Let's try and work this out. Morgan Davies. Okay, so we've got the name of a business here, the name of a pub, and we've got two street names and the intersection of them. And we can also see the sort of the curvature of this street as well. So why don't we try... EC1 does refer to a location in London. It's sort of up northeast, basically. Although quite where, I don't know. I think we're talking around here. This is basically, this is Brick Lane, famous for all the curries. St John Street, I wonder, Shoreditch High Street, will we be able to see it? This is Columbia Road Flower Market, Bethnal Green. I think we're around here somewhere. I'm going to need some more clues, unfortunately, so let's carry on. Let's carry on down St John Street, because that feels like kind of a major road. So what else do we have here? I actually can't seem to go any further there, so that's just the name of the building, name of the address of the building again, and we can't go any further, which is annoying. So let's go this way down the street, see what we come across here. we will eventually obviously come across something of interest. What is this? St John Street, Clerkenwell Road, towards the Barbican. Okay, yes. The Barbican is it's a famous area really in Clerkenwell Road. This is Clerkenwell here. So Old Street, Lever Street. Is this something? Will St John's be something like this road here? Hoxton Street? No. Ooh, this is annoying. Having said I was doing quite well, we seem to be struggling. This is not my sort of known area. Now we've come to a major crossroads here. Clerkenwell Road, EC1. Come on. Am I too far out? Perhaps I'm meant to be in here. Let's get to Clerkenwell instead, because you know the Clerkenwell Road must lead into it, right? Skinner Street. I'm heading generally east, just because that is where I know EC1 happens to be. This is rather frustrating me now, annoyingly. Zoom out, get our bearings, take a breath. I'm sticking with Clerkenwell now, sort of coming in a bit closer to town. What is this road here that we're crossing? The A101. Is it the A101 as St John's Street? It's kind of possible for places here to have, for streets here to have two names. Skinner, St John's, yes. Oh, the Peasant, yes. Okay, we got there. We got there in the end. Oh my goodness, that took a while. I think we started here and we went north. I'm going to go back to the beginning. And yes, we're facing north, and the road bears slightly to the right, and then on the corner we have the Peasant. The road bears slightly to the right, and then on the corner we have the Peasant. Yes, I'm just not sure if we started north of Cirkford Street or not, and I don't think we did. We started to the south of it, so we're just around here. Oh, well, look, we finally got there. There's the Trace Group as well, which was another business that we saw. I started way too far out to the east, actually. And, didn't quite have my bearings there. I was looking sort of more off here, and up here even. So, glad to have pulled it back and figured that bit out. So that's good. Next round. Wow, needed the full 5 minutes there. That's quite something. No introduction needed here. This is the Millennium Bridge, which crosses from north to south, or vice versa, into the City of London. We can see directly ahead of us the dome of St Paul's Cathedral. Very iconic, of course, because it stood out. Iconic for many, many reasons. But one of them is if you Google, World War II photos of St Paul's Cathedral, it stood strong whilst buildings around it were getting bombed. And it's sort of, there's great photos of St Paul's Cathedral in the mist and the wreckage of the rest of London. So the Millennium Bridge, when it was built, wasn't engineered quite correctly, so they had to spend millions of pounds afterwards sort of making sure it didn't shake. Basically, it resonated with the frequency of people walking over it. Given that it's a footbridge, you'd imagine they should design that not to happen. If I turn around, you'll see directly behind us the Tate. This is the Tate Gallery. I always get confused whether it's the Tate Modern or the Tate Britain. It's the Tate Modern, which is an old power station in London. And actually, I'm glad I turned around because I didn't realise I was on a boat. Everybody, look at me! I'm sailing on a boat. So that's actually useful because I originally put us there on the south bank, but if anything, we're over halfway, sort of towards. Over halfway over the bridge, really, aren't we? So over the water, rather. So I think we're more about here. So I'm glad I turned around and just had a quick look. There we go, 9 meters away. View the summary. 24,895. Look, on the whole, quite a high scoring round. Definitely got challenged there with one of them. Sort of this Clerkenwell area. Don't seem to know it too well, so that's good to have explored. But more importantly, than it being a challenge for me, I just enjoy walking around. Using the map in London, rather, exploring my hometown, and I hope you do too, and that some of my ramblings were at least informative, if not interesting. So thank you very much for playing with me today, and I will see you in the next video.